Outside a hardware store, a worker standing on the bed of a pickup truck was suddenly struck and thrown off when a bundle of reinforcement bars violently unfolded after he cut the securing ties. The steel bars sprang outward without warning, hitting him and pushing him off the truck bed. What should have been a routine unloading task instantly turned into a fall and strike incident. This incident highlights the extreme risks of improper load release. Bundled materials must be unloaded in a controlled sequence, with workers positioned off the truck and away from stored energy. Restraints should be released gradually using proper tools, and exclusion zones must be enforced to prevent serious injuries. Outside a roofing company warehouse, a parked forklift suddenly began rolling forward on its own, heading straight toward a nearby truck. The operator noticed and tried to stop it, but the machine was too heavy. Within seconds, the raised forks punctured the truck's wheels, causing a loud blast, a routine parking maneuver that escalated into an equipment incident and costly property damage. This incident highlights the risks of improperly secured industrial vehicles. Forklifts must always be fully stopped, neutralized, and parking brakes engaged before operators walk away. Wheels should be chalked on slopes, forks lowered to the ground, and shutdown procedures strictly followed to prevent runaway equipment accidents. In a restaurant, a violent explosion erupted when a worker lost control of a high-pressure gas hose while refilling a tank beside the active kitchen. The gas sprayed uncontrollably, and it was ignited as it got into the kitchen, unleashing a fireball that tore through the area like a flamethrower. Flames engulfed the workspace as people were knocked down and rushed to escape the spreading fire. This incident highlights the extreme danger of handling pressurized gas near ignition sources. Gas refilling must be done in isolated, well-ventilated areas away from flames. Proper restraints, shut-off valves, and strict safety procedures are critical to preventing deadly gas explosions. In a paper factory, a large roll of raw paper suddenly rolled over and crushed a worker's foot as he tried to position it by hand. What should have been a simple positioning task quickly turned into a serious crushing injury caused by the sheer weight and momentum of the material. This incident highlights the dangers of manually handling large cylindrical loads. Paper rolls must be secured with chocks and moved using mechanical handling equipment. Workers should keep their hands and feet clear of rolling materials and wear protective footwear to prevent severe foot injuries. In a truck parking lot, a worker was suddenly run over by a speeding concrete mixer while walking through the area without noticing the approaching vehicle. At the same time, the driver failed to see the pedestrian as it was coming into the lot, turning a moment of shared inattention into a violent collision. This incident highlights the deadly consequences of poor situational awareness in shared traffic areas. Pedestrian routes must be clearly separated, vehicle speed strictly enforced, and operators trained to remain alert at all times. High-visibility clothing and clear traffic management plans are critical to preventing fatal runovers. In a car wash, a vehicle owner walking around to observe his car being washed suddenly slipped and fell into an open-floor drainage gap, striking the back of his head on the hard surface. The fall happened in seconds as water and soap made the floor slick, turning a casual moment into a serious injury risk. This incident highlights the dangers of unprotected floor openings in wet areas. Drainage gaps must be securely covered or clearly guarded, non-slip flooring must be maintained, and customers must be restricted from walking through active wash zones. Clear signage and barriers are essential to prevent slip and fall head injuries. In a workshop, a sudden fire erupted when a coworker opened a pressurized door while another worker was using a heat gun on sheet material. The rapid airflow ignited flames instantly, engulfing the area as the worker was hit directly by fire. Panicking, he ran through the workspace, knocking items off shelves and spreading the chaos as the burning became stronger. This incident highlights the dangers of working with heat near pressurized spaces and flammable materials. Hot work must be strictly controlled, pressure differentials managed, and ignition sources isolated. Clear coordination, fire-resistant setups, and proper safety clearances are essential to prevent flash fires and severe burn injuries. In a roadway incident, a worker riding on the rear bumper of a truck was violently thrown off when the truck collided head-on with a car. The sudden impact flung him onto the pavement, where the truck rolled over him before coming to a stop. Miraculously, the worker still managed to stand up. What began as an unsafe ride quickly turned into a near-fatal run-over accident caused by momentum and impact forces. This incident highlights the dangers of riding on moving vehicles. Workers must never ride on bumpers or unsecured areas of trucks. Proper seating, restraints, and strict transport safety rules are essential to prevent severe injuries or death during collisions. In a garage, a man climbing a ladder that was improperly leaned against the wall suddenly lost balance when he dropped a roll of fabric. The roll bounced and bumped off the ladder, causing it to tip over to the side and sending the man tumbling to the ground. He quickly rolled and managed to stand up, narrowly avoiding serious injury. This incident highlights the risks of unstable ladders and falling objects. Ladders must be properly secured on firm ground, loads handled carefully, and workers should maintain 3 points of contact to prevent falls. Safety spotters and clear work zones are essential. In a delivery hub, a new forklift driver accidentally reversed too far and too fast and struck a pole, causing his head to slam against the forklift frame. He gets out of the vehicle and walks away, rubbing his neck and head in pain from the impact. What should have been a routine and simple maneuver instantly became a painful collision incident, highlighting how quickly minor misjudgments can escalate in active loading areas. This incident highlights the risks of inexperienced operators handling heavy machinery. Forklift operators must receive proper training, maintain situational awareness, and move slowly in confined spaces. In a vulcanizing shop, a tire being inflated suddenly exploded with violent force, launching the tire into the air and striking a nearby worker directly in the head. The blast echoed through the shop as workers who were casually sitting around were caught completely off guard. The impact knocked the worker down, leaving him with a serious concussion. What seemed like a routine tire inflation instantly became a dangerous pressure-related accident. This incident highlights the extreme hazards of tire inflation. Tires must be inflated inside safety cages. Workers should stand clear during pressurization, and air pressure limits must be strictly followed to prevent explosive failures and severe injuries. Outside a restaurant, a worker climbing an insecure ladder to access the roof falls down as he steps on the last rung, with the weight causing the ladder to slide beneath him. He fell to the ground, landing awkwardly and becoming entangled in a nearby chair. This incident highlights the risks of unsecured ladders and uneven surfaces. Ladders must be properly stabilized at the base, placed on level ground, and secured at the top when possible. Spotters, non-slip feet, and maintaining 3 points of contact are essential to prevent falls and related injuries.